Okay, one of the common misconceptions people have is the only way to get a job or a contract or to get employed, even as a freelancer, you need to have a resume, you need to have a CV or a business profile. Now, obviously, there's an element of truth in it because, people, when they don't know you, they'll say, send me your profile. So obviously, you need to send them a well-prepared profile, not a colorful brochure. Many people don't know the difference between a content-based document versus a very colorful yellow, pink, green, orange, beautiful layout, and nobody's asking for a car brochure. That's one. And second is, when I talk about content, I'm not talking of flowery words, internet-based jargon, or stuff. The problem, whenever I get these CVs, the language in that CV is so, doesn't have any emotion, doesn't have any soul. It's like a highly proactive, dynamic, disciplined, dedicated team player with wealth of experience to foray my career into the next millennium or some bullshit like that. What the fuck are you doing, man? I ask people, do you talk like this when you meet someone? Hi, I'm a highly disciplined, high performance sales and marketing executive with 15 years experience. Do you talk like that? No, you just say, I'm into sales, 15, 20 years. So when your conversation is different, then why do you write nonsense? So anyway, that is for another day. Now coming back to my thoughts. So people think only with this CV or document you can get a job. But what if I told you that, not what if, actual, I never emailed my CV to anyone. That is later on in my life, from the age of, I think 27 onwards. 27, 28, I think, I never sent my CV to anybody. I prepared one and I kept, but I never sent it. All my meetings, all my interviews, all my contract confirmation, all the job offers were without a CV. Now you'll say, how is it possible? Is it contacts? Is it Vasta? Okay, I know this guy of this guy. Yes, I used to always go through someone. Okay, cold calling rarely works unless, of course, he has interacted with you for at least a few minutes. Like nobody's going to just meet up with you. Okay, I'll give you 40 minutes. No, that's very rare. So I has to always go through somebody. Most of the time they were like skeptical to meet me because of the tattoos. But I can assure you this much. Once I would be in the meeting, I'd always, majority of the times, I would get called for again, or they would want to try my service. So how did I do this without a CV? And this is the principle which I tell people. With my clients, I teach them this. 60, 30, 15, 7, 3, 1, and 30. You will be like, what did you just say? I'll say again. 60, 60, 30, 30, 15, 15, then comes to 7, then comes to 3, then comes to 1, and then comes to 30. So what are these numbers? These numbers, what I'm talking about is time. 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Now from where did I come there? This is not from any book, this is not from anywhere. This is from my personal experience, personal. It may not fit you, but for me, this has worked very well. So what do I mean by this? Okay, let's start with the last one. I'm pretty sure you have heard this. Give me a 30-second sales pitch. Or you must have heard, what if you get stuck in the elevator with your CEO? Or what if you get stuck in the elevator with the decision maker? Then what will you say? So that is your 30-second pitch. Okay? The next one comes to 1 minute. So let's say you finish talking 30 seconds and he's still interested. You can't stop, right? So what is your 1 minute pitch? So obviously you need to have 30 and 30. But then it doesn't come down to 2. Generally what I've noticed in my life is, if someone likes your pitch for a minute, they wouldn't mind listening to you for 3 minutes on and off. It never goes to 2, it goes to 3. My experience. So that is why in table topics, in Toastmasters, you have at 1 minute, 1.5 minute, the green light. So get ready. No. 2 minutes is the green light. 2.5 minutes is amber. 3 minutes is red light and you need to stop. No. What am I saying? Sorry. 1.5, 2. I forgot. 1.5, 2. At 1 minute, you'll get the green light. 1.5, you'll get the amber. And red, you get it at 2. And you have 30 seconds to stop. Okay? So now, even though Toastmasters has speaking on the spot without preparing. Okay, that's what table topics is. So in the same way, in the real world, it's not just 2 minutes. People prefer, 3 minutes on and off, I've observed. Now, let's imagine the person allows you to talk 3 minutes, which is really long. Now, what comes after that? It doesn't go to 5. The next one after that is where they make you sit in the office and they want you to talk with them for 7 minutes. 7 minutes is more or less the time frame for someone to get either interested or bored. And if you do not know how to talk for 7 minutes about yourself, I'm talking about yourself, your services, and keep it interesting. Remember the 3 I's. Intriguing, wow. Interesting, not letting you get bored. And informative, telling only what is required. Okay, 7 minutes. But now the question is, if you cross 7 minutes, comes what next? The 15 minutes, which is generally the time frame for an interview. 15 minutes. Because after 15 minutes, they've either made up their mind or, they'll decide. The next slab for that is 30 and the final slab is 60. 60 is where you have really hit a home run. Where there is no, there is no essence of time. They love your content. They love you so much. They just want to talk to you. And this is where these meetings normally take place. So now I've given you the time frame for all this, 30 seconds to 60 minutes. Now here's my question to you. Do you have, not can you talk? Just be mindful of this. I didn't ask you, can you talk for 60 minutes? I'm pretty sure, this I know for a fact, most of the people can't talk even 3 minutes about themselves. Open challenge. They find it hard to even talk 3 minutes. Why? Because people are not prepared. But unless you're a seasoned speaker, then you can maybe speak for, I know professional speakers like me can speak for 60 minutes. You can go on. But if you're not a paid professional speaker, you will survive for 15 minutes, provided it's a back and forth. Provided he keeps probing and asking questions. 30 minutes are those people who have experience as in a senior position or are extroverts in nature. Now, if you notice, I didn't ask you, can you talk for 30 minutes or 60 minutes? No. Can you talk? Anyone can talk. Okay. There are so many people who talk and there is zero content. It's absolute nonsense. My question is not, can you talk? Do you have the written script, word for word? Do you have a written script for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 7 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes? Do you have a written script? Now you'll be like, fuck, Loy, it's written script. In fact, do you know how many words you speak per minute? Are you aware of that? How do you calculate how many words you speak per minute? Do you know how many words you speak when you're nervous and fast? Do you know how many words you speak when you're bored? Do you know how to... Okay, let me not start rubbing salt on your wounds because I know all this. I'll keep it simple. What you say for 30 seconds, write down word for word. Read it, edit it, shorten it, add more stuff, make it better. Again, try it out, make it better, try it out, make it better, try it out, until you get the perfect 30-second script. And this 30-second script should be perfect different for a CEO, different for a lady, different for a HR manager, different for different people. That's how you get your first 30-second script. It's called being a wordsmith. Wordsmith means every word you evaluate and calculate. And then obviously after you prepared, remember, written communication is different from spoken. You need to read it and you need to record and communicate. You know, I did this from the age of 20. From the age of 20, I used to improve on 30 seconds. And finally, I got the perfect pitch. 1 minute, I got the perfect pitch. 3 minutes, 7 minutes. Over the years, thanks to the fact that I continued being a writer and blogger. Before these videos, I used to blog. I improved my speaking skills a lot. And when I became a competitive speaker in Toastmasters, which is a non-profit organization, I learned the art of disciplining myself to write down each and every word. Yes, because in competitions, you can't wing it. Today, after nearly 25 years, I think, more than that, today, experience. So that is what I tell my clients. Listen, you go for the interview. For example, they say, tell me something about yourself. Do it suppose he does it in 5 minutes. I'll tell him, do the same thing, show me in 3 minutes. Okay, do the same thing and show it to me in 1 minute. Do the same thing, 30 seconds. Do the same thing, 1 line. And then I do reverse. This really pushes them to think, what am I going to say? And then the challenge is, do you say the same thing every time or does it change? Do you miss out the important points? Do you say all the points? Do you say less? So anyway, what I've shared with you is a very in-depth topic. I just wanted to give you a highlight and tell you that throughout the years that I was in the Middle East, I never gave my CV because I was like, why the fuck? I'll meet you face to face. And with face to face, is where I did it. And how I got inspired for this. In Mangalore, when I was there was this guy, First Computers. There was this franchise. I remember talking to the owner. The owner never wore a suit and just simple office shirt, open. And I used to always talk to them, here and there. So one day as I was talking to the owner, we just got into how he started the business and all that. And he told me when they were pitching for the franchise, he's saying the other people who came with him wore suit and tie, had a laptop, had files, had folders, and they had done market research and they all had to come one by one. So each group went 2 by 2 or 4, 5 people, and they showed PowerPoint slides and presentations and papers and handouts. Finally, this guy came in. When he came in, he wore the same thing. He said, I wore the same thing. I wore the shirt. And this guy comes, I'll go the other side. So he's saying, I just wore an office shirt and I wore a trouser, the same thing what I'm wearing. So when they looked at me a little confused. Everyone else is come in a suit and tie, professional with laptops and case study, and you come here with nothing. So they said, okay, where's your presentation? He said, I don't have. Where is your, do you have anything to give us? He said, no. And they were surprised. So what are you going to do? Just talk. And what he told me was, I gave them the simple fundamental basics. What my plan was and how I was going to achieve it. I didn't give a damn about the market. I didn't give a damn of what others were going to do. And I wrote it to them on a sheet of paper. Wrote it to them and I gave it to them. And I said, I know what I'm going to do. And this is my open challenge. First month, second month, third month, he literally had memorized this. They were so impressed by this. He got the agency. That story stuck with me and it really influenced me so much. I was like, I'll not just let the paper do the talking. I will do the talking. But yes, of course, when you go in the corporate world, professionally, you can't just say, I don't have a CV, I'll talk to you. Unless, of course, it's the person so creative and open-minded, he doesn't mind that. But in most situations, you must have that. Because if they say, sorry, this will not entertain you, you can't be like Pursuit of Happiness, no? You should watch that movie, by the way. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you. How I never created a resume, but still managed to get interviews and get the jobs. But yeah, like I said, if in case they were so insistent that no, without resume we don't want to see your face, I had a perfect document which had taken years and years. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this added any value to you? Did you learn something? Would you like to know more about this? If yes, put it in the comments. If I get a lot of interest, maybe I'll make another video. Alright? Guys, take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.